Show.
All right, Rick Smiley Morning Show. It is Wellness Wednesday, every Wednesday on the Rick Smiley Morning Show. So excited to have the one and only Dr. M.J. Collier. He is back to help you, keep your health on track. Dr. Collier, good morning. How you feeling and what you got for us?
Good morning, Rickey. Smiley.
Man, glad to hear your voice, man. We've been playing phone tag, man. I miss you, man.
Likewise, my friend, it's time, to get together and do a few things. I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. It's going to be a great all-black quarterback event, so I'm glad of that. So, Rock T, Special K, Gary with the T, Maria Moore and the Brett, thank you once again for the opportunity to bring healthcare information to the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So, Rickey, yesterday was World Cancer Day, and the purpose of that is raising awareness and reducing the stigma and promoting equitable access to cancer care. So recently, I'm tying this into some recent research that you may have heard about that was connecting alcohol use to cancer outcomes. So a new report from the National Academies of Sciences and Medicine is available that noted evidence of the relationship between moderate alcohol consumption and specific health outcomes. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to think of what his title is, or something general, wanted to put a warning on alcohol. And, they already had a warning about pregnancy and alcohol. He wanted to put a warning about, consumption of alcohol may result in cancers. And so the research does not necessarily support that. That's why that hasn't happened to this point. So moderate alcohol consumption has been defined as 2 drinks in a day for men and 1 drink per day for women. Now, you can't add them up and save them to Friday and Saturday and drink 5 or 7. That's not the way that works. So, and why is that? Why do women drink less than men? That's based on the difference between the water content of the bodies of men and women. Men have more water, so the alcohol is more evenly distributed. So that is the reason why that recommendation is there. So weight changes, the evidence for changes in BMI and the risk of being overweight and obese among women are inconsistent. So that's not related to weight gain, as people may have thought. I hear people say if you stop drinking, you'll lose weight. Not necessarily the outcome unless you're drinking a lot of high-calorie things like margaritas. Okay, cancer. The consumption of moderate amounts of alcohol is associated with a higher risk of female breast cancer compared to those never consuming alcohol. Also, the higher amounts of alcohol are associated with higher risk of colorectal cancer compared with lower amounts of alcohol consumption. So the problem with that research was they didn't have a lot of people in the study, and 2, everybody drinks alcohol. So when you have a disease state that's related to something that everybody does, then you can't necessarily have a cause and effect outcome specifically noted. So that's why so people that got excited and say, oh my goodness, I can't drink my Tito's and I can't drink my Woodford Reserve or anything else that people are drinking. Beer, wine, hard alcohols, it doesn't matter in doing so. There's been no direct result of drinking alcohol resulting in higher cancer risk. So people can calm down and relax and have a cocktail over the Super Bowl weekend and enjoy themselves.
All right, let's go to the phone, John, with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
My wife has nerve damage, and I'm wondering, is there any natural ways or any, treatments for nerve damage besides surgery?
Yes, of course, nerve damages, inflammatory changes of the nerves. Sometimes there are issues called demyelinization. And even if you've had a traumatic injury that did nerve damage to, what's called a neurovascular bundle, that's the nerve, the artery, and the veins, then you can take things like vitamin D, omega-3 fish oil, vitamin C that will help the nerve heal and repair itself. Nerves are very good at doing that. Oftentimes you can have a nerve injury or you can have a nerve removal and your body will reconnect, and ultimately you'll get a resumption of nervous stimulation and function. So those are the natural things that I would do. Get good supplements, those 3 that I mentioned.
All right, y'all, Dr. Collier, good morning.
I have been experiencing pain in my knee, constant inflammation, and no orthopedic can give me any solution for this. So I'm just trying to figure out what I can do to get rid of this pain.
Okay, that pain is caused by an inflammatory condition called osteoarthritis. It basically happens to everybody. If you live long enough, 90% of the population experiences osteoarthritis. The most common joint is the knee. The next most common joint is the hip. So again, natural anti-inflammatories. And then there's a over-the-counter supplement with glucosamine and chondroitin. One name brand is Osteobiflex, but it doesn't matter what name brand. They're all the same. So the only variation is how many you take per day. Osteobiflex is twice a day, and some of the others go up to 6 or 8 capsules or tablets per day. It even comes in liquids in cans like a soda. So that is one of the most natural things because it literally heals the joint. Every other treatment just calms down the inflammation. And natural anti-inflammatories like curcumin and turmeric will also help. But I really like vitamin D in this situation and omega-3 fish oil. The omega-3 kind of oils the joints and gives you better movement. And then controlling and watching your weight. The less you weigh, the less your knees will bother you. And then keep moving. The more you move, the more your joints will be active and less inflamed.
All right, y'all with Dr. Collier, good morning.
I'm curious if your partner went a little extra long on you while doing oral and you kind of swollen. Is there anything you can use to reduce the swelling?
Ma'am.
Besides okay.
Ma'am.
Epsom salt, soak. That's just trauma, overuse, abrasion, maybe even sometimes from facial hair like a mustache or a beard. Other times just the tongue itself. So it just has to calm down, heal. It's not a problem. It's just a result. And it reminds you that, you had a good time the night before.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Lord.
Did this really just happen on the radio?
Can't you just put like a Benadryl down there?
Oh. He said Epsom
No
salt.
Benadryl. Anti-inflammatory, you can take over-the-counter Motrin, Advil, Aleve, something like that will help calm it down. Not Tylenol. Tylenol is not an anti-inflammatory. And then I would not put anything topical. No, cause things like steroid creams like hydrocortisone can cause yeast infections.
Oh,
so that skin turns itself over very quickly. It should be healed over in 24, 48 hours.
Have a nice day, Dr. Collier.
I didn't ask the question. I'm just answering it.
I don't know who's screening these calls. Now, y'all,
Need to
sir, give us
reevaluate
the
their
information
relationship.
how you can be reached, Dr. Collier. Y'all done messed up the whole segment.
I can be reached on all social media at AskAskDRMJ. Go to my website, lifeforjobs.com, and sign up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ask AskDRMJ, for videos on various healthcare topics, including the one we just mentioned. And remember, these are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast, or its production crew.